everybody. How are you guys? It's a beautiful Sunday on our way to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and this video is going to talk about a community that is so loved in that area. It's Fox Chapel. We're going to talk a little bit about how the town developed, and then in future videos we'll get into a lot more about Fox Chapel. But it's really fascinating. Now, I don't know this information. I was at the Denny's earlier today, and a lady next to me wearing a purple sweatshirt that said Fox Chapel, class of 1991, equipment assistant manager, told me this story. So if you know better, you'd have more details, get on the Twitter machine and let us know. But as I understand it from her, Fox Chapel was one of the first communities developed in the Pittsburgh area. It was settled really early. It was settled in 1707, incorporated in 1725. And in the early days, let's call it the frontier days, remember Pittsburgh used to be the Wild West when the country was, even before it was formed in 1776, they thought of Pittsburgh as the West. And in those days, when you had a new settlement, a new area, a new community, I mean, it was all hands on deck, guys. And in the Fox Chapel area, one of the first buildings they created was a chapel. And the reason being that a lot of the settlers of America were people from other countries, of course, that were coming for religious freedom. And even more independent were those that settled out for the quote-unquote West, or Pittsburgh. And when you had a small community of people dedicated to the same doctrine or faith or religion, it was all hands on deck, because everybody had to pitch in. Because not only were you building the chapel, you were building the houses, you were hunting for food, right? You were surviving. And Fox Chapel, like many, if not most of Pittsburgh, has a very tight relationship with the outdoors, because the forest and the rivers are such an integral part, and the hills are such an integral part of the landscape. And after they built the chapel, they were shocked at first to see wild foxes strolling in the doors. So during a service, wild foxes would saunter in and sit down. They'd lay down right on the floor of the chapel. And it wasn't too long before the foxes were sitting in the pews. They'd jump up on the pews. I mean, it was wild, guys. And it wasn't too long, the foxes were helping during the service. They'd help set up, they'd help tear down, they'd help clean up. Now, of course, they were surviving too, and they were doing it in the long run for a piece of meat, a piece of bread, some Twizzlers, whatever that the settlers, the faith goers, I think I just made up a word there, whatever they had on hand. Because, yeah, sure, the fox should have been out hunting their own food, but come on. Don't you get a little tired of going to your job? You just want to sit at home and eat a pizza? Right? You know, nobody in this country gets any work done on Fridays. Nobody. There hasn't been a lick of work done on Friday in this country at a company. And I'm not talking about independent business people or entrepreneurs. I'm talking about people that work at a company for somebody else. They're not working on Friday. They haven't never worked on Friday a day, Friday in their life. Well, it's the same with the fox. I mean, sure, he's out there hunting his own food, but come on, he'll take some chocolate or some peanut butter on the end of on a piece of toast, or maybe some Cadbury Caramilks, whatever that they had to spare. The fox was more than happy to help tear down the service and put the chairs away, fold up the chairs and put them away for some scrambled eggs scraped onto a plate. I'll take it. Put some pepper on that, please. Right? And so eventually the chapel took on the colloquial name Fox Chapel. And in fact, the original name has been lost to time, because by 1770 it was called Fox Chapel. And as the community grew, it in turn was called Fox Chapel. And in fact, people came from all around the northern Pittsburgh area, and some from the city itself, just to see these foxes. Basically, in a sense, intern altar boys. That's what they were. They were like interns. And they put up signs on the door that said, look, if you want to give alms for the poor, you're more than welcome also to throw in a peppermint or some beef jerky or some chicken tenders for the foxes. And to this day, you can go to many houses of worship in the town of Fox Chapel, the community of Fox Chapel, and what will you see sitting on the pews, helping set up, helping tear down, helping fold chairs? That's right. The sons and daughters of many generations ago, the sons and daughters generations hence of the original foxes in Fox Chapel, Pennsylvania. Guys, it's an amazing story. I don't know if it's completely accurate. I'm only going by what the lady at the Denny's told me. She heard me on the phone with my agent talking about these videos. She said, you got to talk about Fox Chapel. And it's an intriguing story. If you know any more on it, give us a shout on the Twitter machine, and or leave a comment here on the YouTuber. And guys, it's just another page in the book of Pittsburgh that we find so fascinating, and it's why we love this town so much. This has been another Joe Ditzel parody. Let us know what you think, and we'll talk to you soon.